this beautiful country called Portugal. Jordy Smith loves it. So does Kai. Kai Otton, representing Australia, said he's been getting so many great barrels. Well, he hasn't been talking about it too much. We've been watching him get absolutely shacked up and down this beautiful coastline.
Tell you what, it's I can see some strange things continuing to happen, that's for sure. Both guys paddling.
Jordy wants to get the first wave off Kai, sitting deep, but it's not going to pay off.
That was just a tactical move right there. Kai Otton in a better position, so Jordy Smith using that inside position. Obviously no priority at the beginning of the heat, so...
Kind of an underground secret, qualified in his late 20s. And now he's up on a solid one out the back. Kai sets his rail. Beautiful top turn carve. More in the mid-face on the second faded cutback. And just controls those top turn wraps once again. Springing into a vertical snap. Now Kai will lay back and sit down and lose the finish. Ended up with a key heat win over Matt Wilkinson. Along the way, Jordy's on this next effort to answer to Kai's start. Beautiful flow and power hack under the lip, controlling that line into a big rooftop flow. Jordy pulls it off. A meaty two-turn combo for the South African. This is a fun matchup, like you said. You can't really count on the statistics of old. First, let's start with Kai's opening ride.
Yeah, you know, this wave you can see it a little slopey with that tide coming in, so just some nice, smooth, rail-to-rail surfing from Kai Otton. This is like the old school way of riding waves. Just keeping that board in the water, keeping that rail, setting those fins, driving off the bottom. Nice turn right there. That's probably the best turn on the wave, and then going for that layback snap, realizing he needed something special there to maybe put that score up a little bit higher. Jordy Smith, on the other hand, the backhand approach, beautiful bottom turn, and just hooks into it. And then just that hang time. Look at that hang time right there from Jordy Smith, finishing off nicely. So Kai Otton, scores dropping for him as well as Jordy Smith.
What does that first turn feel like from Jordy, Potts?
And then when the wave opens up with a bit of face, then he just looks like, you know, an absolute monster.
Jordy Smith turns in a 7.33 with two big hooks way out the back, showing his power and control. Kai Otton's opener a 4.33.
Jordy Smith has maybe got a little bit of a taste of that world title. Here he goes now.
Late takeoff for Kai. And he's just going to wait and commit to see if this wall is really going to stand up. Frontside hook. Wants the lip. He's going to end up getting hit in the head by it. So just feeling his way down the line. It's not going to help his cause. And now he's going to have to paddle back out with 20 minutes to go. Jordy Smith now is setting up his second scoring ride. Showing the fins on the bottom turn. Nice backhand carve. He's got a ton of speed. This wave is stretching out on Smith, so he's got to get out of there.
Yeah, tricky conditions here this afternoon. Obviously, that tide just rushing in.
It's on tour and still around and get good advice off him.
Stu, it's so great to see you go through, and you got a lot to be proud of, and I'm sure your family is as well. Back up to you boys.
Thank you very much, Rosie Hodge. Great to hear from Stu Kennedy as Jordy Smith is just going to town out the back with huge backhand carves and big off the lips, throwing a ton of water out the back. He is absolutely punishing this left all the way to the inside and finishes nice and smooth and groomed. Smith came to play big time today. 7.33 already behind him, and another massive score will be coming his way.
I don't think he could have done any more on that thing.
Perfect sink, perfect flow, throwing a ton of power off the top. We got to watch this thing again.
Yeah, let's have a look. Jordy Smith straight off the bat and into that turn. I mean, that was critical right there. Beautiful bottom turn and just unleashes the man turn. And again, just gouging into the face of that wave. So Jordy Smith well and truly on his way to a massive score here. Another beautiful turn from Smith. He brings this one through the inside, finishing off nicely. So Jordy Smith, there was no mistakes there. He just absolutely blitzed that thing all the way through to the inside, Joe. And have a look at the score that is just about to be locked in. Beautiful opening maneuver, critical right there. This turn right here, though, watch this. Bang! Just look at the water that's been thrown up into the sky and out the back of that wave. And again, just carving back into the power source. Jordy Smith on an absolute roll here, Joe.
Poetry in motion, flawless control, total style along the way as well, showing that he's powerful and seamless in transition. Jordy Smith gets a 9.7 matching Michelle Perez for the high number of the contest. Unbelievable performance. Kai Otton in a heavy combination spot, now with 11:25 to go. One of Jordy's best performances on a single wave this season. Then he settled in, started working on the title race. And right now, we're going to watch Kai Otton look to break the combo. Bottom turn sets up a nice, healthy looking carve. Little setup snap, wants this wave to get moving. Layback under the lip hook was fun to watch, but he runs out of space. Obviously has strengths on the open face, but this one a runaway for Jordy Smith with a 7.33, 2 and 9.7. Last wave for Kai, 4.4, so still comboed pots.
Yeah, still comboed, but still surfing good. I mean, look at that beautiful swooping maneuver. Another nice turn. I like this next maneuver right here as he sort of speeds down the line, jams it in the pocket right there. That's vintage Kai Otton, and then just bails out. So 4.40, not enough. Still looking for that 17.04 two-wave total. That's massive.
Been some crazy scenarios going up and down all season long. Jordy Smith returning to a venue where he's finaled a couple of times in the past and trying to keep that quiet world title hope alive as we break down all the scenarios and all the major highlights from an epic day. The big news was the venue change, going from Super Tubos, as Jordy Smith will enjoy a very uncrowded lineup. He's got a ton of speed. Board looks perfect in these conditions, and he enjoys a victory lap. He'll be preparing for Stu Kennedy and Connor Coffin as this one continues.